So, there's a pretty obvious reason as to why I don't talk about this woman that often on the channel. I mean, I've talked about her about a million times. But before I continue, what is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video on the Pointless YouTube channel. I know I didn't upload yesterday or the day before yesterday. That's because, like I said, I'm getting the daily uploads ready, so expect them tomorrow. They're starting tomorrow. But today we're going to be talking about, obviously, as you can tell from the title, that vegan teacher, being that, it's not a really normal occurrence for me to talk about her, and if I do talk about her, I want it to be, like, kind of a check-in to see what she's currently doing. I don't want it to be a obvious, like, often thing that I used to do. And I just want to thank you guys for watching my content, even if it's not vegan teacher, because we've survived that stage. We've made it way past vegan teacher. I mean, luckily I can talk about her whenever I feel like it and not have to upload them every day, so thank you guys. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead, hop into this video and explore that vegan teacher shenanigans for the millionth time. I'm a professional milker. Let's go. Let's go.
Hello students, welcome to class. We're behind the scenes here of a video that's just going up. And I'm here, I turned my computer on so that I can comment on the live chit chat that's going on. Just in case you guys have any questions, it's hard for me to type answers, so I thought I would just come here just quickly and see what random things are being said. So people are saying random things like, okay, vacation has started. Okay, someone else is saying, I'm never gonna go vegan. That's what everyone says though, so hopefully that'll change. We've got someone, a moderator named Mark, here to remind people that sheep do not belong to us. Sheep's wool belongs to them. In the industry, they're smashed down and shaved like objects. Yeah, it's really sad. They bleed because of the speed and force that it's done. Be kind, be vegan. Yeah. Somebody says, hurting vegan teacher is right. Isn't that a bizarre thing to say? That you'd want to hurt somebody who's protecting animals? I think that's very weird. These mods are just spamming. Well, mods are actually here. They're teaching assistants and they're here to educate you. So Jenny is here. She's 24 years old from California and reminding people to watch this important documentary.
I mean, that's one thing that honestly never really changes about that vegan teacher is how absolutely boring her content is, because my god, I don't know how I made it through her videos every single day. I mean, like, seriously, I got even respect myself at some point, because it's like, bro, I sat here every single day for like months making videos on this woman, and I really don't know how I did it. I can't even explain to you how I did it. Honestly, I did it because of the will of you guys, and like you guys motivating me to make more and just being like, yeah, Pointless, we want more. And overall, the fact that of course it was growing, it was getting money, and I mean, it still gets money. I mean, it's great. That's really not the sole purpose. I just really enjoyed entertaining you guys, and that's what keeps me pushing and kept me pushing, because at the end of the day, dude, I low-key was almost driving myself insane sitting here forcing myself to talk about this woman. I mean, for crying out loud, what more is to say about her? She's vegan, she's stupid, she's skinny, she doesn't know what she's talking about, she's absurd, she's insane. Like, there's not much more to say about it, if you get me. That's why, like I said, if I make these, I literally just joke around in them now when I never have video ideas, or when I'm out of an idea for a day, I'm just gonna joke about her and literally look at how stupid her content is. So if those of you are out there may be curious, may be wondering if I'm ever gonna go back to daily uploading vegan teacher videos, no, they'll be a rare occurrence, because you guys love other content that isn't vegan teacher. You guys watch me for me and not some random vegan lady that I'd never have met in my life or have talked to a handful of times. But I mean, back to the content itself, I mean, you can see there's no evolution in this woman at all. I mean, she's still stuck in August of this year. She's still stuck in the summer, because that's the last time I remember anybody, and I mean anybody, actually taking her serious. I mean, like, geez, we also gotta respect the fact that people still actually will watch vegan teacher content, not just from others, but her. I mean, Jesus, the dedication. I appreciate you guys going back and rewatching my videos on her, but it is mind-boggling how the topic has survived for this long. I mean, seriously, people still watch these every single day. I mean, thousands of people. And the fact that she's gotten as big as she has on YouTube is literally insane. I mean, I have a video on her with like 1.1 million views. Me and Poncho made a video on her with almost 2 million views. Me and Tagswag made videos on her, which I'm pretty sure combined have a few million, if not a million views. Like, she's got clouded up from everybody. But I'm still just so shocked that she stayed afloat over the past few months, months because we decide whether or not she continues to be relevant. The fact that I stopped talking about her in Poncho and tons of other YouTubers is really killed their popularity. I mean, if anybody talks about her, it's usually SS Sniper Wolf or someone like Call Me Chris or a huge creator. I mean, like I said, that's the only reason she ever gets clout. But since we've all stopped talking about her, she's really just faded into non-existence, which is a great thing. I mean, seriously, I got tired of seeing this absolute reptile's face. But you know, let's see what else she has to say.
Which is great. And by the way, I'm just here eating my breakfast. This is my breakfast in the morning. I just eat directly out of the pot. Why not? Why make another dish dirty if you don't have to? If you're not sure what to eat in the morning, this is oatmeal. I actually happen to eat sprouted oats. And I'm eating, in there are chia seeds ground up, flax seeds ground up. There's almond milk this time, but mostly I use soy milk or oat milk. And a squished up banana in there and blended up a bunch of dates to help to sweeten it. I also have blueberries in there. And I have, put it aside, I have some cinnamon. You can put walnuts, whatever. Try to eat 30 different vegan foods every day if you can. All right, let's keep looking here. Sorry, I should have left this running. Okay. What the fuck is a carnist, somebody says? Well, a carnist is somebody who eats animals and isn't aware of the difference between eating, let's say, a cow or a dog. They're just like, they're so used to it, to eating cows and pigs and chickens, but they haven't made the connection that all sentient beings have a right to live.
Once again, same points, new video. I mean, this is literally just the same crap she would spew out every single day over summer, getting views from everybody who would make videos on her. And like I said, dude, honestly, I mean, respect to her. She's still grinding, still keeping up this whole vegan thing. I mean, at the end of the day, she is a true vegan, but I mean, she's still trying to cause controversy, trying to go after people. It's still going on, dude. It's never gonna end from what it seems. I mean, after all, she did say one day she would retire from this whole YouTube thing, or she did say that she planned on retiring somewhere in the near future from YouTube, you know, just to live life, I guess. And I mean, I can't really say retire like this was her crazy full-time job or anything like that. I mean, well, it is. She definitely has made a boatload of money off of YouTube. I can say that much. But one thing that is kind of stupid is just like how she was like, I'm going to, yeah, you know, I'm going to retire somewhere in the near future. And she was talking about YouTube. She's like, I'm going to retire from this whole internet YouTube thing. I don't remember exactly what video it was, nor do I feel like digging for it. Like, I simply just don't feel like putting that much effort in for vegan teacher. But yeah, she did say that. It's just kind of hilarious when I think about it, because this woman got fired from being an actual teacher, then went on to cause controversy and be one of the biggest people of 2021. I mean, at the end of the day, when this year is over, when we hit that first day of January 2022, I mean it. She will go down as a legend in the history books for 2021, YouTube-wise. Not even just YouTube, the internet in general. I mean, she was a legend on TikTok. I mean, I say legend in terms of, like, she's gonna be remembered in our generation of the internet. Well, I mean, you know, in the near future, whenever YouTube or wherever TikTok is, however it's evolved, that she's gonna be mentioned in a lot of documentaries looking back on this time period. That's one thing you can't take away from her. I mean, no matter how irritating and annoying she is, I mean, she'll always be remembered. I mean, she'll always be what she is at the end of the day, and that's someone who innovated the idea of cringe and the idea sorry, my mic cut out, but she'll always be someone who kind of, like, bent that boundary of, like, what you can be or what can be cringe on the internet. Like, you didn't really see a crazy maniac vegan talking about people and responding to people every day. Like, she's called out me, Glider Guy, Decept, Poncho. I mean, I think she's called out Tag Swag. She may have called out Nguyen. I'm not sure. She's called out everybody you can think of. I mean, she's called out, I mean, who else? Oompaville, Mason, so many people.
So they're involved in speciesism. So it's like where they choose one species over another without really understanding that all animals like that, like cows, chickens, cats, dogs, sheep, they're all sentient. That means they all feel. You can see the video is going on over here on the side of the screen. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. But I'm there talking about, I'm there just, basically it's just a video being shown of a TikToker who is answering a lot of questions about veganism. So if you guys are interested, you can go and watch that video after. What is Claire here? Claire's 13 years old and saying, if you're not vegan, you're an animal abuser. It's as simple as that. In order to call yourself a good person, you shouldn't pay for the torture and murder of innocent animals just for taste pleasure. Thank you, Claire. I really do appreciate you being here. Mods are actually non-vegans. They just want rights. Nope, mods are vegan. Moderators are teaching assistants. Stella is 64 years old from Alberta and says, eating eggs is wrong. Chickens are bred to give way more eggs than what they would do naturally. And that takes a toll on them. It takes a toll on their body. And so it's best to just not steal the eggs from chickens at all. Just leave them to them, even if you have your own chickens in your backyard.
You know what? I'm done with that video. Let's go ahead and switch it over, all right? Let's go ahead and react to another one. So, yeah, buckle up and let's prepare ourselves.
Hello, students. I have a little story for you. Today I was at the mall. It's a very small mall. And I was sitting there when I overheard somebody who was at one of the places to buy food asking about veganism. So, you know, just saying, is it vegan, this thing, this, is the tofu vegan? Can you make it vegan? Can you remove this? And I really want to make sure it's vegan. So, of course, my ears just perked up. And I went over and I stood next to the person. And it was him and I guess it was his wife or partner anyway. And the two of them had gray hair and they looked like they were about my age, maybe a bit older, maybe 5 years old or something like that.
It's really crazy to think that this woman's content has barely really evolved since the last time we actually took a look at what she's been doing here on the internet because, wow, I mean, she seriously isn't changed in the slightest. She does the same thing walking around wherever she lives. Talking about veganism and the apparent perks off of, or well, not off of it, well, the perks from being, I don't know, vegan. God's sake. Like these vegans, man, I tell you, I mean it, dude. They're out of control. Like, seriously, I don't get it. That aside, like I was saying, her content is not really evolved. It still consists of the same thing. She's still the same person. She's still the same cowboy. Yeah.
And I said, hey, I'm just really curious. I heard you talking about veganism. And I had just been, at the time, editing a video on my phone. And I said, hey, I was just editing a video. And, you know, I'm really curious. I've been vegan for over 5 years. How's it going? And he said, oh, it's going good. I've been vegan for 12 years. And then the woman said, oh, well, I'm not vegan, but I've been vegetarian for a long time too. And I started to not focus on her because anyone who follows this channel knows how I feel about vegetarians. They know about what happens to the animals, but they keep paying for the abuse. And I find that vegetarians are just the worst. They are people I don't respect or admire at all. But it was weird because she seemed like she was the one who kept trying to talk to me. She's like, oh yeah, I do a lot of posts on Facebook and all this stuff. And I sort of said, well, you know, that's great, but I focused on him. And I said, so how's it going? What made you decide to become vegan?
To me, it sounds like she's over here trying to steal Shawty's man. She's over here brushing her to the side, and she's over here trying to talk to her dude. Like, Jesus Christ, imagine just telling someone the simplest thing, that you're vegan, and then they go off and start ignoring the other person you're with just to talk to you. I mean, seriously, since when did your diet choice determine whether or not you get talked to by people? I don't understand the point our world has come to, but apparently that's the point it's come to, and that is what it is.
And he said, well, you know, I went in Manitoba a while back and I saw what goes on in the farms, and it just really upset me how they treat all the animals, the chickens and the cows and all that. And then the woman kept barging in and she said, yeah, and I saw the documentary Cowspiracy. So I thought, okay, I can't let this go. So I looked at her and I said, okay, so you've seen Cowspiracy? And she said, yeah. And I said, so you know what happens to the baby cows, that they're murdered in the industry? And she said, yeah. She said, well, I don't actually eat a lot of non-vegan foods. And I said, well, what do you do? She said, well, I just have Parmesan cheese every once in a while. And I said, okay, so only once in a while you pay for the murder of these baby cows, because that's what happens in the industry. You know that because you saw Cowspiracy. And she said, well, it's not that often. And I said, why do you do it at all? And she said, well, you know, I just think that I'm doing pretty good. And I said, well, I don't think you're doing good at all. I think you're a hypocrite. And she just said, well, I don't need to be preached to by you. And she left. But he kept standing there. And he kept talking to me. He said, you know, I'm vegan for the right reasons. And I do feel a bit bad, he said, because, you know, she's not vegan. And I said, well, do you ever talk to her about it? Like, are you tough enough with her? And he said, well, I don't believe in being, like, assertive or aggressive like you are. And I said, well, why not? And he said, well, because I don't think it works. And I said, well, how is your method working? You've been together for years and you still let her get away with that. How's it going? And he sort of said, yeah, good point. I said, look, my best friend I was in the same situation as you. My best friend wasn't vegan, and eventually, after a few years, I said to him, look, I'm giving you an ultimatum. You either become vegan or I'm never talking to you again.
Wow, what an amazing way to get someone to go vegan. And, forcing them, telling them, oh, if you don't go vegan, you know what, we're not being friends anymore. That's such a great way, honestly. But you know what, let's react to her talk about Nikocado Avocado. Let's just get into it.
Welcome to class, everybody, and especially to you, Nikocado Avocado. Nikocado Avocado is somebody that I've heard this name going around, and I didn't really know who he was, and people are always asking me to review his channel. They're saying to me, oh, Miss Katie, go there and blast him and give him heck, and yeah, I could do that. But what I see here is really just an individual who is extremely cruel and sick in the head. So how do you help somebody like that? I don't know. I really don't know what to say. I mean, I took a screenshot here, just like stopped this video right when he's eating some broccoli, because that's the image I want you guys to think about. I want you to remember that it's important to eat your cruciferous vegetables.
Dude, now I see why I stopped talking about her. She's still as stupid as she was when everybody else was still talking about her a few months ago, and my god, dude, my brain just doesn't have the capacity to deal with this stupid woman. Bro, I'm sorry, nobody care about no broccoli. Nobody care about any of that, alright? Just give us the content we want so we can leave, alright? You vegan teacher, just shut up, alright, you skinny Minecraft skeleton.
Every day, pack them in, put them in your smoothies, sprout little beans and seeds, and make sure that you eat healthy. The rest of this stuff is all processed, full of grease, full of salt, and it's just not something you should be eating on a regular basis. Now, if I'm talking to you directly, Nikocado Avocado, I think you already know. You're not a stupid man. You know what you're doing is evil. Not only are you paying for the rape, the torture, the confinement, and the murder of so many animals, you are also putting it on display here and consistently telling people how it tastes so good. And you are making so many other people unhealthy, and you are causing so much harm. I can't even begin to explain how much harm you're causing.
Dude, she still says the same thing she used to say like 5 months ago, bro. Like, her script hasn't changed, her entire personality, her entire character. It's still that same irritating lady from TikTok who got banned a million times that nobody likes, who thinks that veganism is the only way to live life. Like, bro, I've stopped talking about vegans for a while, and I see why I did, because my god, they all are just so cringe, bro. I really don't have the mental capacity to deal with that vegan teacher, bro. I really just don't.
So is it even worth it trying to talk to you? Maybe you're listening, maybe you'll get a hold of this video, and if you are, let me remind you that you can change your channel around. You absolutely can. All of this stuff that you have done to get to this space right now, if you look at your comments, and if you look at what people are saying, they're basically saying your channel has become boring, and there's not really much going on. I mean, everyone's just sitting around waiting for you to self-destruct. Like, how is this good for you or anyone else? Give people something to look at that will be compelling and interesting. Change everything around, starting now. Become vegan. All that you have done to become this huge person who is just a giant joke, you can start to slowly, incrementally change things.
With this dude who's a multi-millionaire with them like millions of views every single month, millions of subscribers, why would he just up and stop that because you, Katie Karen, told him to do it? That's how he feeds himself, that's how he can afford these mukbangs, so why would he stop doing that? That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Why would he be a vegan just to please you or anybody else's entire idea of how that thing works? Like, that has nothing to do with him. Just let the dude live how he wants to live and leave it at that, bro. Stop being a weirdo.
It starts by making the declaration that you want to be vegan, that you want to be a good person. You want your legacy here on this planet to be that you went down this terrible path, this dark path where you were depressed and cared about making money and tons of money. And then you realized that's not really the only thing that's important. Now I want you to try to picture this. In 1 year's time, you could get your weight down. You could be healthy. and you could be an amazing vegan animal defender.
If the dude doesn't want to eat vegan food, oh well, bro, so be it. Stop trying to force him to eat what he doesn't want to eat. He's obviously made up his mind. He said he hates veganism. And believe it or not, one of the main reasons he hates it is because of people like you forcing him to trying to force him to eat a specific way because it's supposedly the right way. In the end, it's your life. Do what you want. And a vegan teacher seems to not understand that for some strange reason. This guy doesn't have to live by the vegan way, bro. Just let him do him. Shut up.
Now, how do you do that? You have to educate yourself. You have to watch the important documentaries. The first thing you need to do is watch this. WatchDominion.com. Nikocado, avocado, I want you to watch this documentary. And I want you to take a pen and paper and I want you to write down all the animals that you see. And I want you to tell me, send me a private message on my Instagram. It's That Vegan Teacher Miss Katie. It's all one word. Or you can make a video if you want. You can mention me in a video if you want. I want you to tell me that you saw this video. And I want you to even put a camera on yourself while you're watching it if you want. That would be great. You don't have to actually show the video, but put the camera on yourself while you're watching it. And I mean, really, like as a real human, not as an actor. Watch it, put a box of Kleenex beside you, and realize what you're doing, Nick. Because in this video, you will see what happens to the animals in the industry. It is horrific. It is horrifying. And if you have a heart, after watching that video, you will look at the camera and you will say to your audience, everybody should watch this video and everybody should change.
On that note, we're done with Vegan Teacher for the day. 20 minutes of pain, all for you guys. But yeah, without further ado, I'll see you guys tomorrow. No Vegan Teacher, alright, for a long while, for another few months. But yeah, without further ado, I'm gonna sign out. Love you guys. Back to the dailies. Hope you guys have been enjoying the content. And yeah, without further ado, I'm out. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.